Good evening, everyone. Today I wanted to talk about the issue of not having enough worth and not feeling valuable. For some reason, this issue keeps coming up, and it comes up more often than not. Having traveled to the United States, being here at a retreat center, and we get so many people coming from all around the world, for some reason, this topic just keeps coming up. And the people that we meet with, they are experiencing a lot of suffering, and they're reporting that they're not feeling like they're worthy. They're not feeling like they're good enough. They're not feeling like they have any value. And for me today, I wanted to address this issue. I think first we just need to look at it from a big picture. And again, I'm just sharing my perspective. But I think it makes sense why we're at the point that we're at. One, we just got to take a look at our society and our culture, because why is this coming up more often now? And with the age of technology, social media, information, and media, I can only imagine the pressure that people are under. Imagine if you're looking at a screen on your phone all day, every day, the message that you must get. And imagine that you're not where you want to be, but you're looking at everyone's highlight reels. Everyone's life is so exciting. If I were to go on social media nowadays, again, everyone's pitching, presenting their lives, and it's so exciting. You can see some people traveling the world through editing in 6 seconds. Come on now. Now that is such an exciting life. So of course, when you look at your own life, it's easy to compare. We always feel the pressure of, okay, let me look at me. Let me look at where I am in my life, and then let me see what other people are doing. And if everyone's life is moving, again, of course, you would feel like you're inferior. Of course, some of these things will come up. And again, the media or the things out there externally will portray an image of success. How many of you out there, then when you see these kind of things out there, again, check in with yourself and feel like, man, I'm kind of inadequate. I'm not where I want to be. And then we have a filter where we judge ourselves. So where we have fantasies of what we want to be, and we strive for those things. And if you look at the reality of your life, you're not there yet. How can you possibly not feel inadequate? Again, then you have pressures from other people. The external world, your family, the media, the culture, your friends putting the pressure on you. Meaning the pressure of what they expect you to be. And then here we are again. One more scenario where now they want me to be a certain way. I'm not even close to being that. And again, we're in this situation. And then a second element of people not feeling good enough is then we need to understand value and worth. And where does it come from? How does it begin? And I think one of the misunderstanding people have is that they feel like they immediately should have value. And yes, I get it. Every human life has value, has dignity. This is not what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about is that internally for us, when we're born, when we're toddlers, we don't have value. We need to develop these skills. We need to fill ourselves up and then continue to cultivate this. But it's easy to make this assumption where When you finally then look at yourself, you examine your life, you're not where you want to be, then we make this judgment call of, I have no value, I have no worth, but we haven't made the effort to gain value and gain worth. So what I'm trying to say is, again, we're not born with all these skills. We're not born with all these cultivation characteristics in us yet. We have not integrated that yet. So not feeling like we have value, not feeling like we're at our best, this is okay and this is normal. I think so many people skip this phase. So many people don't give it enough attention because, again, we go from our culture, we go from 0 to 100. We present, we compare, we look at people who already are successful. But then for us is, well, how did they become successful? It's time. You need time to cultivate it. So before we can get to the next steps, first just understand that these things are normal. To have feelings of inadequacies, to have feeling of I don't have worth yet, I don't have value yet, that's okay, but take the pressure off yourself. And when you can do that and recognize that this is normal, no one starts out with values and skills and great characteristics. So then we all need to earn it. We all need to cultivate it, and we need to take the steps to do that. So start here first. Understand the theory and be very patient with yourself. Now, once we understand this part, now we can go to the next step. And what is the next step? And the next step really is assess yourself. Take a look at where you are currently. And for those who have been watching for some time now, I'm going to keep saying this over and over. And one of the biggest mistakes people are making, and what we're needing more now than ever, is look at yourself neutrally. When we are trying to improve ourselves, the biggest mistake people make is right there. They'll look at themselves, they'll see where they're lacking, they'll see what aspects of their lives needs improving, needs attention, needs care, and instead of seeing it neutrally, we judge it. We judge it, we judge ourselves, we make up a story, we beat ourselves up. What is wrong with me? How come I'm not there yet? How come I'm not good enough? And ironically, by doing this, this is the barrier that it's keeping you from changing. So if you have been doing this, it's okay, no problem, be gentle. But now, starting from today, I would like to invite you to really take out a journal and take some time to reflect and look at your life as neutral as possible. Imagine you're the scientist. Put yourself under this microscope and see, oh wow, this is where I have weaknesses. Wow, this is where I have neglected. This is where I have not tended to myself. This aspect I have avoided. I don't even want to see this. But again, see yourself as neutrally as possible. Diagnose yourself and identify every category where it needs improvement. This is step number 1. See it very neutrally, identify it, write it down, and call it out. Own it. No story, no judgment. So this is step number 1. Now then, when you have that list, and this can be ongoing, then we want to take you to step number 2. And step number 2 is, now that you have this list, then go through and start doing it. Start making improvements and get excited about your life. Again, no judging. But 2 things that I want to highlight when you are taking the steps to improve your lives. There's 2 things that we need to look at. 1, we need to improve, mature, get stronger, and build value from the outside world, the physical world. And these are hard skills. These are skills where physically, if you're lacking, maybe you need more education. Maybe you need more learning. Maybe you need more experience. Go try it. Go develop hard skills that you're missing. Maybe you need to go to school. Go get a training. Go to a seminar. Go cultivate the know-how, the practical, hands-on approach that we use in the physical world. When you then start to learn new skills, then you feel more confident. Then when you're more confident, you can use these tools. When you can use these tools, you can make things. You can interact with other people. You can be of service. You can help others. Then again, you start to feel more valuable. Then the second aspect of it is then cultivate value internally, because we're made of the mind and the body. Another way of saying it is, we have physical world and we have the spiritual world. And if you're not where you want to be, if you don't feel good about yourself spiritually, internally, then also see what's missing. Also then start to nurture those parts of you. So now we're talking about not hard skills and know-how, but really start to develop spiritual characteristics. What about patience? What about kindness? What about endurance? Do you have empathy? Do you have a soft spot? Do you help other people who are in need? Do you encourage them? But these are the skills inside that you have to cultivate. Or when you start to build the characteristics of kindness, wow, you're actually a good person. You're a moral person. Oh my goodness. You actually say things and you keep your word. Oh my goodness. This is a new foreign concept. And it's like, wow. When I say I'm gonna be somewhere, when I say I'm gonna do something, I honor my words. I do things with integrity. When no one out there is watching you and you're there with yourself privately and you do the right thing, you have integrity and you live an integritous, I can't ever say that word, but you live a life of integrity. Then slowly you start to respect yourself. Slowly then you can be proud of yourself. Slowly, because of that, then you start to trust yourself. This is where value comes from. But for me, I'll just share personally as well. But as I was pursuing my own spiritual journey, I didn't have these things also. I wasn't fully confident. I was not born with natural skills. No, but it was all practice. And it took decades to cultivate hard skills, cultivate education, cultivate the experience. And I kept doing that. And slowly it brought up my value and my worth. Then also again, internally, I did giving. I held my morality and tried to be a good person. Did I mess up sometimes? You better believe it. But again, I made the effort and I kept going. Practicing meditation, being by myself, slowly and surely living a life with integrity. Slowly and surely, I kept my word. Before, did not keep my word. But now, I can truly say that if I say something, I will keep my word. And this is a continuous practice. But again, just to summarize everything, it's really if you are in the space in your life right now where you don't feel like you're good enough, I just want to say directly to you, imagine I'm there in front of you speaking just with you. And I would say, it's okay. For now, just identify, this is where I'm at. No problem. See yourself clearly. See yourself neutrally. Then when the emotions are not there, your perception is not clouded, now let's get to work. No one ever started with this much value. No one ever started with this much worth. And now I'm going to put in the effort. And now I'm going to list out what am I lacking. Then the second part is I'm going to start to take steps to build my worth, build my value, both physically, materially, and then spiritually and internally. It takes time. Just be patient with yourself. Tune out all the outside worlds. Tune out everyone's highlight reels. I get it. Everyone is so happy. Everyone has so much adventure. Who cares? Who cares? And for me, sitting here in the forest, if I were to go on these social media platforms, it would be the same thing where when we're looking at other people, it looks so exciting, but it's not correct and it's not accurate. So for you, let's train ourselves to come back here. Let's train ourselves to see the reality of things. And the reality of this moment is that it's time for you to mature. The fact that you are watching this video up to this point and this long, it tells me that it's your time. It's time to do the work. And I just want to encourage you. I just want to push you, and today is the day. Let's start now. So hopefully that is helpful, but as always, just wanted to send you my blessings, my greetings. Hope this was helpful and that you are all safe and well. Satu, take care.